Hello, hello. Howdy, guys. How are you? How is your day? How has your day been? I hope you've had a lovely day. I've had a fantastic day today. I hope yours has been blessed as much as mine, and even more. How is your Good Friday? Let me know. Hello, Julie. Hello, Rochelle. Rochelle. How are you?
Hi, Rochelle.
How are you, Rochelle? We miss you, Rochelle. I miss you, Rochelle. I do. I hope you're okay. And who else have we got here? Hello, guys. Say hello to me. I'm saying hello. And as you're coming in, please share. It's going to be an interesting evening today. Justin Manuel, how are you? I hope you're okay. I hope you're feeling better. These girls are up to no good, guys.
We're up to so much good, you just can't handle
No good. They're up to no good.
so much good.
These two together, no good. For me, hello, how are you? Gloria Val, thank you so much for sharing. Gloria has shared. Can you all share, please? Please share. You see, I told you they're off to no good. Anyway, thank you so much for joining. This is going to be an interesting evening, and I can't wait to have this conversation. This discussion with DSA is going to be interesting. We were all shocked when we were told, and we thought, okay, don't let us have this conversation offline, let's do it online so that other people can hear this, because I have never heard this before, and I'm really excited to hear this story. So I hope it's going to be a good story. Did you see the title? DSA chose his wife's wedding gown before meeting her. Who does that? Who does that? Well, we know a person that does that right now, and he is waiting to answer all our questions and tell us the story. Paul, thank you so much for joining and also for sharing. Guys, please share. Let other people join in this discussion, in this conversation, in this story, so we can all have fun together. It is Good Friday. We're all happy. We're grateful that Jesus died for us. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Jesus died for us, so that's fantastic. I feel good about that. If not for him, I probably wouldn't be here. I definitely wouldn't be here. Elizabeth Ali, hello, good evening. How are you? Hello, hello. Olena, how are you doing? I almost call Olena Galina. I've been talking to Galina a lot, so I've got her in my head. So, guys, how was your Friday? How's your Friday evening going? What are you up to? Guys, please share. Share, please. The number of people watching this video is increased, yes, but I want more people to share. Please share. Euphoma, how are you? How are you doing? This time last week, you were still here. We miss you. I miss you, Euphoma. I hope you're okay and your family are doing well. I just want to say, guys, this is gonna be an exciting weekend. Tomorrow, guys, don't forget, we've got the live summit, the Saturday summit at 2 p.m. Ukraine time, and that's 12 p.m. UK time. Can somebody hold this for me, please? Guys. Hold.
Oh, okay.
I need to.
Hi.
Hi.
So Caroline is doing her thing. She's going to be the next host because Maya was going to travel. So Caroline is going to take over.
All right.
So get ready for that. Yeah.
I wanna be all by myself. Oh, that's a classic. I love that, guys. Go on, keep singing. I want to hear more. So, guys, I'm not going to delay you any further. We're going to get started now. Thank you so much if you have shared this. If you haven't, can you please share it? This is going to be a lovely evening. We're having this unusual conversation, or should I say it's usual? Because everything that is unusual is usual in this house. So I'm going to say this usual conversation we're going to have. You've seen the title, How DSA Chose His Wife's Wedding Gown Before He Even Met Her. Who does that? Can you believe who does that? Okay. Hi, Nikki. How are you? How you doing? I hope you're okay. Okay. All right, guys. We're going to get started now. Keep sharing so that more people can join us and find out how DSA chose his wife's wedding gown before he met her. Gosh. Anyway, how was your Friday? My Friday so far has been really good. I haven't been out today. I've been working all day since my last video with you earlier this afternoon, I think it was, or morning stroke afternoon. Yes, it was morning stroke afternoon, depending on where you are. And then since then, I have been working in front of the computer. So, and I've eaten twice. Yeah. Had lunch, then I had dinner, just finished dinner, had cake. I did. Who does that? Who does this? Who knows who does this? So guys, talk to me. I know quite a few of you are online, and we haven't had anybody saying anything. I know you've joined, but you have not said anything. Okay, all right. So guys, I'm ready. And you are. We have 40 people waiting to hear this conversation. Can you see? Hello, guys. We're going to get started soon. We're going to get started soon. Dr. Sunday is just finishing his conversation, and Julie is ready with her question.
What?
Yes, we're waiting for you.
Waiting for me?
Yeah.
What was the problem?
The title.
Want to sit here?
Yes, please.
With this. Let her go there so that you can come in. Pastor, which should I?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. We're back. You've seen the title already, How Dr. Sunday Chose His Wife's Wedding Gown Before He Met Her. Before. So, guys, how do you feel about that? I know we have a few ladies in the house online, so let me hear your comment on this. How would you feel if somebody chose your husband to be, chose your wedding gown before meeting you? How would you feel about that? Actually, I should have asked that earlier. Come on, guys. Can you give me an answer on that? Let me hear your opinion on this topic, first of all, before we start. Come on, guys. Even the ones here, can you send your opinions? Or do you want to know how I will feel? Huh? I know what you want to hear. I can tell you what you want to hear. I would just be happy somebody married me. No. No, that's a joke. No. That's what you want to hear, God. No. I will be pissed off. That how dare you, But you never know. I think I'm going a little bit mature now. I wouldn't say that I might be nice and, collected. If it's really nice, again, that's another factor. If it fits perfectly, I won't get upset. I'll be fine with it. I think, yeah. If it's new, yes, that's okay. If it's not somebody else's wedding dress, yes. I'll be fine with that. Yeah. So, what would you do, or how would you feel? So, is anybody coming to tell me anything? I can't see comments. I can just It's,
But she's
it says I have 25 comments. No, I can't see any of them.
no, flip it.
Flip it. Okay. Look, I'm flipping it. It's just saying that I have 25 comments. But look.
Oh no.
Okay, can I have my iPad? I'll get it from it.
Yeah.
It's there in the corner.
You can use my phone.
Thank you. Yes, guys, let me see what you're saying because I didn't see anything before. I do apologize. I thought you were all ignoring me. I was thinking, I'm sorry. I thought that. Okay, let's go. Hello, Rochelle. Again, Matthew, how are you? Gloria, hello. Innocent, how are you? Howdy. Adeleke, hello. I'm good. Miss Binder, yes, I know, Rochelle. We miss you too. Justine, hello. Innocent, hello. I thought I'll be the first. Sorry, Innocent, you were not the first, but at least you're here. So, welcome. Bafo, how are you? Olayinka, howdy. Ido, how are you? ID, how are you doing? We didn't see you at the HMT. Funmi, hello. Innocent again, hello. Innocent was asking that, what are the ladies doing? I don't know, Innocent. They were just getting up to no good earlier. Dupe, good evening. Julie, Humbert, Privyet, everyone. Julie is practicing her Russian language. Elizabeth, hello. Ayodele, thank you for joining. Amachi, hello. Ifoma, hello. Bumi, hello. Savion, hello. Pastor Nikki, no, sorry, Pastor Nikki. Sorry, I call you Pastor Nikki. I know she doesn't like that. Ernest, hello. Innocent says it's been a cool day here. Have some seafood for dinner. Oh, Innocent, I've eaten already, but I like seafood. So, maybe next time. Hi, Tony. Idera, hello. Sorry, I have to look down because I'm reading from the phone. Omonike, hello. Luashion, hello. So, Oluwaseun said, I can't wait to, no, that's Ewa that says, I can't wait to hear that. I can't wait to, Ewa. Amonike, hello everyone on the platform. God bless you. Happy Easter. Thank you, Amonike. Elizabeth, I will call him weirdo. Exactly what. Elizabeth, yes. Elizabeth said, I'll call him weirdo. Informa is laughing. Hello, kings and queens. Anastasia is saying. And hello, watching from Kuwait. Hello, Han. Thank you for joining us here. Uriyomi, hello. Nikki, are you serious, DSA? That's Olayemi said. Are you serious? That's for you, DSA. Are you serious? Are you serious? He's very serious. Yes, and Innocent is saying hi to Anne, watching from Kuwait. Okay, let's go. Guys, you haven't answered my question though. How would you feel? I think only Elizabeth answered that question and one other person. So is anyone else going to answer my question? How would you feel if your husband-to-be buys your wedding dress even before he meets you? I know in church they say act of faith, go and buy this, but I don't think this is the angle we're going here. So I'm interested to get started. So guys, let's hear this. Ready? Steady? Go. All right. Ready?
What do you want from me?
I want to know the story. How? Why?
Why? What?
why did, first of all, the title here is that how you bought your wife's wedding dress before you met her.
Okay.
Which is the conversation that we didn't start, but we know that happened. So we want to know the whole full story. First of all, your thinking behind this, why you did it, and then also your wife's, Pastor Boss's reaction to it. I want to know that. I want to know a reaction to it. And most importantly, why you did that. Because the one person that answered me said that she would think that the man is a weirdo.
What was that?
Weird.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, okay, you
Let's
haven't
hear
met.
what you think and let's hear what they think.
Yes.
Then I'll go
Pastor
to my...
Natalia, what do you think?
Who are you showing? She's not...
Oh. Pastor Natalia, what do you think?
About what?
Yes, what do you think about this? A husband to be buying your wedding dress even before he met you, or before he sees you and see what you look like, buying a wedding dress ready for you.
I didn't think about this. Yeah, really. I need to think.
Okay, so I'll come back to you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Julie, you've been thinking about this all your life?
Not really.
Definitely, really?
Well, what I would think about this, I think I would be shocked. It's nothing I would expect. I'm sure that, Pastor Bosse didn't expect this either, but I would think that's a bit weird because I want to be the one to choose my wedding dress. I feel like this is something every girl wants. Every woman wants to choose it. And yes, everyone dreams to have this perfect wedding as a woman. And, the perfect wedding is not a perfect wedding without the perfect dress. And you are the one who knows yourself. You're the one who knows what fits you, what is your style, what is your taste. So how is someone, your vision, everything. Like, we know that. All the women there know that. They have all these pictures in their minds and the vision of how it's supposed to be. And usually a man doesn't think like that. So, it wouldn't occur to me in any way that a man would actually think of doing it and actually do it. So that shows again how different Pastor Sunday is. And I can't think...
How weird he is.
Yeah, how weird. He's really uncommon, totally uncommon. And I thought, I know that he's quite uncommon, but when I heard that, I thought, okay, this is even much more weirder than I thought. So I need to hear the story.
Thank you, Julie. Our artist, Queen, Daddy's Girl, Anastasia McDonald.
If that happened to me, I would say that this man is a very thoughtful person. He's a very thoughtful man. I would see him as somebody who's carefully considered marriage, because it's not the norm for a man to choose a wedding dress. So I would see somebody who's thought out marriage very carefully, and somebody who loves the to-be wife, who's looked at different angles of marriage. Yes, it's weird, but I mean that'll be my take on it. Now, knowing who Pastor Sunday is, I just see it as normal. I don't see it as weird. He's the only person that can do something like this. If it be anybody else, I'll see that he's gone like this. There's something wrong with him. But because it's Pastor Sunday, that's normal.
Someone's asking how would he know the size? Exactly. How would you know the size? How would you know?
So he may choose the design. Okay, the size may not be okay. So we'll go and change. Yeah, we'll go and adjust it. But the fact that he's thought carefully about the dress, that speaks a lot. That speaks a lot about the man.
Thank you. Howdy.
Question?
Yes. How would you feel if you met a man that have already chosen your wedding dress even before meeting you?
I definitely would be shocked. And I would be curious about how and why, you know. I would be having all kinds of imaginations of what kind of dress it might be. Maybe not the one that I'm thinking of. But I think that I will sort of want to hear his point of view. How did he reach that point to buy my dress? Because that would be something I've never, ever heard of or ever imagined. You know, I know the reverse of the woman buying her own dress and waiting in faith for, you know, Prince Charming to come. But I've never heard this point where you buy a dress for someone you don't even... A man buys a dress, a wedding dress, for someone he's never met, you know, and they did get married and they're still married. So I'm curious to know about how somebody would come to that decision or do that.
Thank you.
Hey. Okay. Yes. If somebody bought my dress, if I met a man who bought my dress already, I would run as far away from that man as possible. Because for me, I'm a very independent woman. I think you all know if you've watched my videos. So to me, it would be like he was saying that I didn't have an identity of my own already. Like, you already chose who I am going to be before. I mean, again, we don't know the story. Maybe, you know, it came to him in a dream or something, and all of a sudden the dress fit perfectly, and I'm not going to say anything. But if it happened to me, you will find I will be in 2 countries away for the next 3 years. You will not find me. That's it. That's all I have.
That's it from Carol Wise. So,
Carol what?
Carol Wise.
That's why she's Carol Wise.
So, how my reaction? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I think that if I receive this gift, the first thing that I will do, I wanted to know the history, why he did this. So, and I think that I will more impressed by why he did this, more than just this dress, you know.
Yeah.
So, yes, I wanted to know this history, and I was impressed maybe more why he did it. This is, for me, it will be more interested, and this impressed me, not just because he bring dress, because something have to be behind of this.
Thank you very much. Something interesting from this little going round asking people. I've noticed something that the older generation, I don't mind you, I hope you guys don't mind, they want to know the reason why and they feel flattered. But the young... No, she said she wants to know the reason why. At least she even wants to know the reason why. And the younger ones are like, no, why? I need my identity, Carol Wise. And Julie is like, oh, does he know my style? Does he know what I like? You know, it was more about the dress. So I noticed that for the younger ones, it's more about the dress. For the older one, and what it means to do that. And for the older one, is more the meaning behind it, the certainty, the consideration behind it. That's what they want to know. So I'm really interested.
Where did you put yourself?
Okay, from this now, because obviously I have gained some knowledge from what everyone is saying, and I have some insight now. And that insight is that I feel like, yes, there is a good point to the fact that the person is considerate and already got a dress ready. For me, that means he certainly wants to get married, just like Queen Anastasia said, which is a really good point. And it is me that he wants to get married to because he's showing it to me. So I'll ask questions as like, have you shown this to other girls and they rejected you? Am I the person the first person you're showing it to? Am I the, first person that you proposed to? So I want to consider all that because it might just be a serial random person that just wants to get married. But I am also in the school of thought with the younger ladies that have said that not so much of the dress and the type or, in terms of design, no, maybe I can forego that. But I might think that the guy is controlling, that, already you're getting the dress and it depends. If he's already showing traits of being controlling and then he showed me the dress, and I would think that definitely is controlling. But, it's still all good. I really want to hear what Dr. Sunday has to say, the reason behind it. And maybe by the end of this, I might have changed my mind again. Who knows? We'll see. Okay.
But you might not change it.
I might not change my mind, but I might change it.
What is Olena thinking?
Olena, are you going to speak in Ukrainian language? We have some. So say what you want to say.
I don't hear your question.
Okay, my question is, if you want to get married to a man, right, and the man already, before he met you, is already bought the wedding dress. So you met a guy, right?
I understand.
Yes, you met a guy, and then he said he wants to get married to you, and you found out he's already got your dress before he even met you. How would you feel?
Maybe Pastor Natasha translate.
Okay. We're going to get a
Я
translator.
так зрозуміла, Пастор Наташа правильно зрозуміла, якщо би я зустріла чоловіка, який купить мені весільне плаття, як я себе буду почувати?
Ще до того,
Ще до
як
того,
він вас
як він мене
зустріне.
зустріне? Ну, я думаю, що я себе буду почувати дивно.
I think that I will feel myself very curiously.
Тому що, по-перше, я ніколи не думала, що я вийду заміж, і я, чесно кажучи, не збираюся. Тому якщо мені хтось подарить весільне плаття, то я не знаю, чи я буду радуватися, чи, скоріше всього, це мене не переконає.
Because I didn't plan to marriage, and I didn't plan in future to marriage. So, and if somebody just give me a gift,
Це не причина.
the dress,
It's not a gift. This is the man that wants to marry you, and you've agreed to marry him, but he's already got your dress already.
Wedding dress.
He's got your wedding dress already.
Окей. Вона уточнила, що це не просто, що він подарує плаття, а це він вже зробив вам запрошення.
А якщо я йому не сказала «да»?
And if I didn't tell them yes.
Well, you would have said yes by now.
No,
Я не думаю, що я сказала «да». Тому...
I didn't think that I will tell
Say
yes.
yes.
This question is not for her.
So she wouldn't even see the dress because she wouldn't have said yes.
Якщо він покаже плаття, то...
Ні.
And even if he will show the dress, this will not make me to say yes.
Well, okay.
That's all.
That's all. Okay. Live and direct. Olena is like, nope, not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. I'm not even planning to get married, even if you show me the dress. It's like, goodbye.
No luck, huh?
Move to the next girl. Next.
Move to the
Next girl. with your wedding dress. Oh, guys, I can't see your comments, so no. Fisa, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yes, please.
Okay.
This is really serious, guys. Who does this, huh? Tell me.
So, are you serious? Yes, you have that already. And then, if he has a good fashion sense, I won't mind. He will probably pick something much better than myself.
Okay, that's honest.
That's Ufoma.
Ufoma, that's honest. Yes, that's fine.
And that's Ebon was the one who asked, how will I know the size when I've not met her?
Exactly. But some guys have this size. They will never date a girl that is more than a certain size.
Yeah.
So,
Then Oriomi says, I have never heard of that before, but it could be an act of faith.
yeah. Sorry, Ori, you're my family. I just act of it. Okay.
Omonika says, I want to tell you that if I had met my to-be hubby and he said he already bought my wedding gown, I will check it out first. If it's alright, that's fine. But if it's not fine, I will say no way.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Elizabeth Ali says, I don't think his action is an act of faith or...
Elizabeth, yes.
They can't hear Julie.
Helen says, I will feel...
Uh-oh. Unplug something. Yeah, unplug the sales one. Yeah. Yeah, come here.
Okay, so Helen says, very happy only if it's okay on me, and I'm sure he already who the woman was, and I'm sure he already knows who the woman was, I think. And Elizabeth Ali says, I would think he has gone to heaven.
What?
I don't know, maybe to get the inspiration. To get the details.
Okay. Gone to heaven to get the details. Okay.
Elizabeth Ali says, my surprise is that before he met her part.
Yes. That's surprising to me as well.
Not after meeting her.
Yeah.
And
Before.
Olaimi says, even if it's my size, I will not accept all.
In case there's something, these Nigerians will be worried as well. In case they've done something, they're going to be, on your wedding day, you turn to money. You know, Nigeria, they're superstitious. Yeah, I see a lie in me.
Stella says he has a picture of how he wants his wife to look like on that day. Yanu says, I don't understand.
Yanu, this is it, right?
She said, huh? He did? I don't understand.
Yanu, do you understand, or you're just saying you don't understand?
Because she doesn't understand before he met her. How
Yeah.
can that be?
Buying a wedding dress before you even meet your wife to be.
Oriomi says, if he got a good taste, what about his program? Don't tell the bride. I don't understand that.
Yeah, there's a program in UK that says don't tell the bride, so the husband buys everything, but they would have been engaged. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So they just don't know when the wedding day is. So it's not the same.
Yeah. Yano also asked, with shoes? Or only the dress?
Only the dress, Yanu. The shoes doesn't matter.
Ufoma says, in retrospect, I remember I bought a shirt for my husband even before I met him.
No, it's not the same thing. I'm sorry. Wedding dress and shirts. It's not what he wears on a special day. He could wear that shirt whenever he wants. He could wear it to bed.
She said
Sorry.
a colleague was selling it and she wanted to patronize her, so she said it is for her husband.
Exactly. It's not for
So
the
it's not the same,
purpose.
okay.
Yeah.
Monica says, if the wedding gown is to my taste, why not? Okay, we said that already. Oluwatope says, I feel that could appear too presumptuous.
It is. Not appear, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. I'm making an assumption there's a presumption. Grammar is flying everywhere.
Iyannu says we need a story detail.
Yes, we're getting to it, Iyannu. Be patient.
Elizabeth Ali says, as a thinking woman, I would think his relationship with God must be very strong. Iyannu says, what
I'm not
point of
buying that.
action- Elizabeth says, suspicious. Iyannu asked, how long did he keep it before he met her?
Yeah, that's a good point. It might be out of fashion. How long ago? Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
They have come from his mother, actually.
Okay.
It's not a ring, but I wouldn't even accept those rings.
Ari says, I will really keep a distance from this type of man.
Caroline group. This is the Caroliners. She said she'll keep a distance. This is the Caroline group.
Iyannu says, okay, at Innocent, I will go and buy my hubby suit then. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I need to know why. What if it doesn't fit? Oluwaseyi says, may sound so funny to me, but on the second thought, I may see him as someone who had understanding of what he wants. Okay. Elizabeth Ali says, power of purpose makes you put marriage in the last page of life. Okay, we need the details.
You're going to get the details, guys.
We need
Don't
more
worry.
picture to be painted. Okay. We need to hear from the wife too.
Good luck with that.
Says that.
Not tonight.
TG Yoke says he knows his financial strength, and maybe he saw her wedding price was very cheap and decided to buy it. Before
The price
rainy
goes
day.
up. It's the price of gold, isn't it? Or petrol. Or gas is going to go up. Okay, I understand that. It's a financial reason. That's cool.
And it says he must have seen the woman in a dream before meeting her.
Yes, possible.
Pastor Joseph is there. He says, hello everyone, John the Revelator is here.
Hello, excuse me. How are you today?
Okay.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you, everyone, for your lovely comments. We'll find out which one fits now. I really can't wait to hear this, honestly. So, you ready?
Yep. Well, imagine you are single, right? You are not married.
Not yet.
And so also are most of the girls here. So imagine that tomorrow is Saturday, you have an outing on a Saturday. You are invited somewhere and you met this young man who is, to some extent, could be regarded as Mr. Charming because everybody over the attention is all around this man, even though there are about 400 other people there. And then this person saw you and says, wow, I can't believe it. Goes away. Then comes back again to you, take your telephone number, then goes away to his country and you to your country. Then 6 months later, this same man comes to your country and books an appointment with you. And as a result of that appointment, you just say, I'm in town, can we meet? So you're getting ready to meet this man again. And meeting this man, you got the shock of your life, not the wedding gown. But the second time you are seeing this man, he proposes to you. Standing 3 hours on his knees.
3 hours.
And talking. and telling you why you must be his wife. Second time. Somebody saw you first time, one time. And the second time, the person proposes to you. But 6 months later. And comes with an original story of why you are the one. Then he invites you over to come and see him. After maybe another few months. And you go to visit him, and he tells you, you remember the story I told you? Actually, even before, while he was on his knees for 3 hours, he told you, before he met you, that he already had the wedding gown. Now, let me now come back to reality. So what happens is, I was ready to marry at a particular age. So I've been praying for marriage, for my marriage, 8 years prior. And God was not bringing me any idea of who my wife was. But then, one day, I woke up in the night with words coming out of my mouth. And the words that were coming out of my mouth were, why are you just praying for a wife? You've got to determine what you want. Write down what you want. What do you want me to, what do you want? How will you recognize her if you don't write down what is the desire of your heart? Before then, I had seen women everywhere. I've seen some that I liked, I've seen some that I didn't like, but I was so desperate to marry. But in fact, I saw so many people that I like, I didn't know who to get. But this day, as soon as I heard those words coming out of my mouth, I picked a pen and a paper, and I knew, I had an understanding in my mind, just like I just knew what I wanted. Not a person. I didn't see a person, but I knew that she must be this tall, she must be this size, she must be this color, she must speak this language, she must speak that language, she must, just everything, 10 points. So I wrote down 10 points, height, color, language, Christian faith, character, behavior, everything. So much that I knew if I would see a human being with all those criteria, I would recognize her. So when I now saw this lady, first time, I didn't need to see her the second time before I know she's the one. So as soon as I saw that criteria and I wrote everything down, I was going in the market, in the supermarket one day, and I saw the most glorious wedding gown I'd ever seen in my life till that time. And I just said, okay, God, this gown must be worn by whoever my wife is. Why? Because even if she's not going to wear it, she's going to get it. I cannot allow any other human being to get this thing. This thing cannot pass me by. It was costing a few of my salaries, monthly salary. I said, I didn't know who this girl is going to be, but I already knew it in my paper, in my spirit. I can't see the person, but I know her. And I know this is the size this is the dress size for the girl that I'm going to marry. Where is she going to come from? What country? Wherever? I didn't know. But I knew her in the spirit. Not her body, not her face, but I knew what I wanted, and I knew that was her gown. So I'd not met her. I didn't know what height she would be. I didn't know how size she would be. But I just knew that if I'm walking in the Spirit, and if I'm friendly enough with the Holy Spirit and with God, I knew God brought. And those gowns were only 2 gowns. and they were brought in from another country, imported from another country. In fact, I had to pay the store to keep it for me till the end of the day before I got all the money. So that because everybody was rushing. So I paid the person, and I came by the end of the day, and I got it. I got all the money. I ran about the city, got all the money, and I kept that for another 1 year before I met my wife today. And when she now came, and I told her, I have the gown, try it. She couldn't believe it. It fits everywhere, in every direction, size, height, everything. And she said, even the ones she was trying to get, she couldn't get better. This was much better than what she was trying to get. So even though she wanted to choose her own, but all the choices and options she had, this was much better. Now, I'm ready to answer your questions. Mrs. Chonukena is ready to talk. It's like they are the older ones and the ones who are, and McDonald also. Generation are the ones who have the wisdom. She's dancing. Hey, she's coming on you. No, she starts.
So what's the question?
So, you heard the story? Do you have any question?
No, not question. She wants to testify. She wants to testify that she was right.
Yeah. Yes. All right. See, we have seasoned wisdom. You see, there's a way that we think. You see, like you said, the younger generation, they're thinking about the apparel, but we were thinking about the heart of the man. You see, the heart of the man. It's only a man with a heart that would take the time to choose a wedding dress, because it's not normal for a man to choose a wedding dress. So if we find a man that does do that, then it means the man has thought carefully about his marriage. He's put a lot of thought into the marriage and also the wedding itself. I rest my case. Yeah.
She's totally giving up. Okay, you take the machine for her. She's totally knocked out. She needs to go. She is knocked out.
I was just celebrating with Anastasia. Yes, absolutely. And another point of view that I saw was the wedding dress. Many a times for the ladies, picking one is always a headache. You know, you could spend a long time trying to find the perfect dress. But in this story that we heard from Pastor Sunday, he found the dress, and not knowing that his wife-to-be had an issue about finding the perfect dress. And here comes Prince Charming with the perfect dress. I think it would have been an answered prayer for her. And I think that really brings the story to a lot of value, you know, that sometimes there are things that we think we are the only ones that know what we want. We could be looking for it everywhere, but actually God has already provided that thing through someone else, even in this case, even though it's not usual. But at the end of the day, after hearing the story, there definitely is something about, you know, what happened. So that's why I said I'll be curious to know why, you know, this happened. What was he thinking, or what's going on? And hearing the story, I can tell that, wow, that was amazing.
So Julie, what will you say now?
I don't even want to say
You don't want to say anything?
You have questions? Or you want to say something?
Do you want to say something?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know the story you told about the you went to a party or you were in an event and you both went to different cities. Was that before you got the gown or after?
After.
Okay, I'm just trying to catch you out there. That you must have seen her somehow.
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so what were you doing for the 3 hours on your knees? What were you saying?
But that's not what we're talking about. The
Yes,
title is
I
down.
want to know though. What were you
Then
saying?
you need another 3 hours for me
Oh.
to narrate back to you what I was saying.
3 hours on your knees. Okay. Let me read the comments then. Because I really want to know all those nitty gritty.
You are really in trouble.
I really do want to know.
Okay, now
Let's see. Queen Lola. So Yanu was asking that what prompted the action. I think you got your answer now, Yanu.
she had asked that before.
Yes. Yes, you've also got the question how long you kept it before you met her. 1 year. Let me see.
You need to go down.
Okay.
Go up.
Zion. Okay, let me just start from the bottom. So we have the young ones are stunned. Change in thinking pattern. That's Olukayode said that we should change our thinking pattern. Or you young ones should change your thinking pattern. Sounds like a Walt Disney love story. It does sound like a Walt Disney love story. They were both in the spirit. Okay. But there must be a boundary between care and control. Although Pastor Care is exceptional, kudos, sir. That's Lara said that. Prince Charming with the dress, Yanu. Rochelle said, just beautiful. That is so true, Sister Anastasia. It takes a serious man to do that. The man knows what he wants. Yes, that's from Ifoma. Lovely story from Olukayode. It's a responsible man. That's from Yanu again. Bumi said we should be specific in asking God for anything we desire. It must be a glorious gown. Love the idea. That's Yanu again. For a serious man, his choice would definitely be better. Yes. Somebody, Yanu says, I want to cry. Emotional. Somebody else? Sound is very low. Yetunde, how is the sound now? I hope it's better. Elizabeth Ali said everyone to show some love to DSA. Wow, wow, wow. Child, there's God, though. Stella said there's God, though. Yes, there's God, though. I said it. God help the generation of believers. Wow. That means the wedding gown must be very lovely then. Wow, Alice. Wow, wow. Wow, another wow. Chai. I think everybody's just fascinated with the story. Caroline said fascinating. Caroline Fazer. Not Carol Wise. Yes, so that's man of spirit. Ifoma. Knew her in the spirit. Thanks for the invite. That's Jake saying that to you, Anastasia. So it's a lot of wows, 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 wows here. Omonike is repeating, write down what you want. Hello. Yanu said she wrote her list a long time ago. Very good. Very good, Yanu.
I got direction to do that.
No, it's not a
instructed.
Okay. Pastor is specifying that he got direction to do that. He was instructed to do that.
Yeah,
so
so
not a list, not a shopping list like you're going to get something.
I'm not saying it's going to work like that for everybody.
And let him speak for himself, actually. He said it's not saying that it's going to work like that for everybody. So if you like, you go and get a gown. I'm not saying anything. Creative imagination of well-prepared vessel in the school of life. That's Joseph Oyewole. I know what I want, man. Yeah, no, saying that. Single ladies, write down what you want. Elizabeth Ali is saying that. Single ladies that want to get married, pray with specifics. That's Stella. Prince Charming on his knee for 3 hours. Oh, God, that's Stella. This story is epic. Iyadu. Who does that? Elizabeth. That's what I said. Yes, I agree with you, Elizabeth. Oh, my God. Joseph Oyevo is running. Okay, I think that's all the comments so far. Let me go back down if there's any more. So we have a well-thoughtful man, see clearly ahead, yes. And then we have, that's good for PSA. It's because he's PSA. He's a lovely man who knows what he wants. But some men have another motive of choosing for their wives. Maybe they believe the lady is not fashionable enough. So that's...
We are not talking about that.
Yeah,
It's
look.
a specific situation.
It is not everyone that is like PSA. That's Omonike. Yeah, if the lady is not fashionable enough, please choose a dress for her.
Let them know what is happening. We are talking about.
Okay, so let's talk about let's tell you what the title is so you know the background of this story. The background is that DSA bought or purchased his wife's wedding gown before he even met the wife, before he saw her physically. Because from his explanation, he saw something, not a physical face, in his reality, following 8 years of waiting and wanting to get married ready. So at first, he hasn't met her, he hasn't seen her, so he purchased a dress before even seeing what the lady looks like. And the end of the story is the dress fits perfectly. She agreed to marry her. She tried on the dress. It was perfect. It was even better than the ones that she's been looking at. And they live happily ever after. It is Walt Disney story with a hint of Holy Spirit. So, guys, has anyone got any more comments, questions? I have a question. If a pastor won't answer the question.
What is it? Is it
About the 3 hours.
3 hours?
Oh my God! Guess who's joined? Dun, 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 dun. Pastor Bosse. Dun, 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 dun. Pastor Bosse is joined. So, what question do you have for her? If she's going to answer. Thank you for joining, but she can write if this is a true story. Please verify. Please put a dot. You know when somebody is being kidnapped. So put a dot. Put a dot. I'm only kidding. Okay, so that was an interesting story. Anyone got anything else to say?
Yeah.
That's God incidents, not incidents. Coincidence. Okay.
Yeah, to me personally, after thinking about this, it shows me how close Pastor Sunday's relationship with God is. You know, if he got the instructions of, you know, who to marry and what to pray for and how to create his list, it shows that really God, he must be someone very special to God, you know, especially because his focus, and that's what he has taught us, is not the marriage, you know, this is not your purpose, it's not what you live for. So it looks to me almost like God wanted to facilitate this for him so that he can actually focus on what he was called to do, you know.
I
so
like that, actually.
that's quite deep.
What do you hear her say?
Yeah.
How do you understand her words?
What I understand is that Dr. Sunday is really have a relationship with God. You know, and also he follows instruction as well. Because I think maybe I'm just too much in this world. even if I'd got up and something had said to me that, why are you just praying? You know, write down what you want. I just think, what write down what I want? I won't, you know, and I think Judy made a really important point there. It's like, it's about relationship with God. And I think also he trusts God explicitly to follow that instruction. So Judy just triggered something in me, because I think maybe personally I was just looking at this in a very shallow way. That how can you just go and get dressed? Why can't you wait? You can get dressed anytime you want. But I think knowing him now, knowing Dr. Sunday, he doesn't do anything for the sake of it. He doesn't do anything anyhow. And he also follows instruction. And he follows it immediately. He doesn't ponder over it. He doesn't even guess if it is God or not God that is talking to him, because of the relationship that he has with God, the confidence that he has. So, yeah, thank you, Julie, for
And the
kind
greatness
of,
his purpose.
yeah, yes, and the purpose aspect of it. I think it's all linked for me, because if you trust God explicitly, you would also be able to understand your purpose. You'd, you know, hear God as well. I always feel like I can't hear God. I don't even, you know, kind of know when God is talking to me, if it's God or it's just my mind or what. But it's about relationship. He has this relationship. He's prayed. He talked about 80 years, you know, waiting and praying and ready. 80 years. 8. It's not 80 yet. It's almost going to be 50 this one. So 8 years. 8 years. In an English way, 8 years. In Kate's way, 8 years. So, so he waited 8 years. He did say he's seen lots of beautiful ladies, but they're not his instructions. So it's, to me, from what Julie has triggered in me now, is that he's waiting for God's instruction. He knows that he will know when he sees his wife. He has confidence in God. So maybe if we all adopt, adopt that mentality or that relationship, not just the mentality. You need the relationship before you get the mentality. Maybe we will see it in a different way. And slowly, I'm starting to see this in a different way. I think I'll have a good think about my relationship with God tonight, actually. Yeah, as Anastasia here is saying, Daddy God. So, yeah, that's food for thought for me. Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Sunny. Thank
So-
you, sir. Any
So
other
let's
comments?
see if Pastor Boss has written anything. No. Elizabeth said his relationship with God is firmly on trust. Yes.
Any relationship should be on trust.
Not all relationship is on trust, sir.
With God.
Okay, with God, yes.
But also firmly on trust.
Firmly. Trust is firm
Not
on
just
its
the
own.
word trust.
Instructions from God should be followed to the letter, especially if you sold out to Him. That's from Yetunde. That's every woman's dream, to get married to God's ordained husband. Okay, gift. Elizabeth Ali, DSA, they work with God step by step. Oh. Elizabeth Ali again, God wanted him to be focused on his calling. Ayodele T. Alex, perfectly, yeah, I don't know what is perfectly, but I think it's the relationship with God, you mean, Ayodele. How did she feel? What was going through her mind? We don't know. If Pastor Bossa is there, how did you feel? What was going through your mind? It would be nice to know. What was her feeling when she saw the gown? We don't know. Well, from what Pastor explained, that she was quite happy because the dress fits perfectly, and she even said that some of the dress that she's tried on or she had in mind.
Tried on, maybe she looked at.
She what?
I didn't think she tried on. I didn't say she tried on. Maybe she looked at.
Okay. Okay, the dresses that she looked at are not as nice as the one that he bought her. Gift Blessing said, thanks DSA for the spiritual encouragement. Duke Bell Love says, how does she feel about the gown? She was happy. Yetunde said that's God's incidents and not coincidence. Wow, Iyanu says. I told you, Odia said, Don went to heaven spiritual, sat down and have a conversation with God. Okay, Elizabeth. All right. Good. Any more comments or questions about this? Or are we closing now? It's been an interesting discussion, conversation, story. I've actually enjoyed it. I'm kind of feeling a little bit like I don't have any relationship with God to even come to this kind of thing. Okay, so it's food for thought for me. I'm going to go and think about my relationship with God. It's funny how we started. I thought this was just like a fun story. It is a fun story, but it also have this spiritual link to it that it's got me totally captivated. So yes, I'm going to think about it. I hope you too at home, wherever you are, you'll be thinking about this. Think about your relationship with God. Think about direction.
That's what I was thinking about when I heard you. Thank God I had the opportunity to hear you talk before. So that's a good format. That's a good way of having a discussion, so that you actually hear what other people are thinking and what's in their mind, instead of you just coming and just giving them your own story, and then you don't know, and they don't know what they would have thought or what is in their mind, or it allows you to see yourself from another perspective, the way you are before you got the illumination or the understanding, and then you are able to compare your opinion before and after. So when I was hearing you people talk, I knew that the only reason you were saying everything you were saying was basically based on the fact that you think that the decision to buy the garment or the gown, the wedding gown, was only a physical exercise. You people are only seeing this thing in the natural and from the natural perspective. And that is one mistake that we should avoid from making. We should avoid and try to, not be so relaxed as to think that we are only natural, and that we are only human, and only that it's like when I was hearing you all, I was thinking you were talking as if you're only physical being, as if you are only human, but we are not all just human. We are not just all ordinary. We are first of all spiritual, and we are first of all spirit being. And I was wondering, why is it that you people are not giving it much consideration, more consideration of God's consideration? Okay, for example, for the young ladies who mainly think I will run away from that kind of man, because you are thinking if in the natural, is the main reason why a man would do that would be control, and will be, dominance, which is very easy to think like that. And most of the time, it might be that might be the reason, that might be the only motivation why a man might want to do that. But, I knew that by the time you hear this full story, then you will discover that, no, this is not just something that was done as a result of, control. Actually, my perspective and my position about controlling the lady was the direct opposite. And I will give you another example that will prove to you that I didn't have anything about controlling her. Can you believe it? When we were wedding, when we were taking the vow, the American priest that was pastor, that was that was wedding us. No, wedding us. So this pastor said, from now on, you are now Mr. and Mrs. He was telling that to my wife, and telling that you are now Mrs. Adelaja, Mrs. Abosede Adelaja, as if you are going to be, you know, you have come turning from Dere, that was her last name, to Adelaja. You are now one body. So I said, no, you know, because I saw that she was not comfortable about, or she was not very enthusiastic about changing her last name. I think because she loved her father so much, and I think she wanted to keep her father's name. So I sensed that when the pastor said that you know, she was not very comfortable. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm ready to change my name. If she's ready to marry me, she just be my wife. I can be Mr. and Mrs. Dere if you want. Like, let it be Dere. Wow. Yeah, just for you to know. That's just an example for you to know. So that it's not about controlling or dominance. I was not trying to dominate. I said, okay, if she wants to be, let her be. Because they say, okay, at the point also, the man was saying, are you ready to, you know, they were asking her, are you ready to make, you know, to recognize him as the head of your family? I said, no, I don't need to be the head. We can just be equal, or she will be the head, or I'm okay. Just let her be my wife. You know?
That's so sweet. That's so cool. I really love that part of the story.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, I didn't even think about...
a woman 100% confidence in the man. That would give her confidence in you, you know, that you're not trying to control her. Nope. It's absolutely beautiful. I even think I like this part that you just told more than the first part, because that seals the deal for me. Yeah.
Well, I just happened to, you know, I had to raise this, I had to remember this aspect and talk about it because of the control aspect that you people mentioned. So that it's the opposite of control. I didn't have, that's why I'm totally surprised about husbands that abuse their wives. Because when I was about to marry my wife, I was begging her to be my wife. She was not the one begging me to be the husband. I was the one begging her. And if I'm begging her to be my wife, I was ready to do anything. So if I beg somebody to become my wife, begging, asking her out, how should I treat her? Only like a princess. So this also is connected to another thing. And the other aspect, another story that you might want to know is the fact that before I met my wife, I had decided, since I was 3 years before I met her, maybe 5 years before I met her, I had decided that whenever I meet the right person and I find her, I would never call her by her name. She will always be, to me, a princess. 5 years before I met her. And I would never treat her as a human being, as another human being, as another girl, or as another lady.
Pastor,
Only as a princess. What, you were saying something? You were not dazed.
I'm already I am dazed. The story is actually so captivating and really interesting, especially this part that he's telling now. But I know, you know, he's like this even from the live broadcast previously. But just hearing this in this format as he's telling it right from the beginning is quite interesting. And I'm a little bit tired. I want to sleep, but I'm really interested in this story. And I just want to hear more. So I'm just saying that in terms of the princess as well, calling Pastor Bosse princess and knowing 5 years before you met her.
So the determination.
Yes, but that's before you met her.
Yeah.
So, you know, this tells me a lot as well that, you know, it's not really about what she looks like or who she is. You've already made up your mind as a man how you've created your world before that world come to life, before it was reality, you know. So it wasn't because of her looks, because women, we think that it's because of
behavior.
or her behavior. You've determined your life before it comes to reality, and that's a big lesson. It's a huge lesson for me as a woman as well, you know, as a woman in terms of, you know, trying to be with a guy and impressing a guy. It's not needed, you know. There's no need to impress any guy. So that's
Try to come out of your skin.
yeah, come out and be a certain way, dress a certain way, have a certain there's no need for that. It's a waste of time. The person that haven't seen you, that already loves you, knows how he's going to treat you, knows what he's going to do with you in the relationship, how he's going to how your life will be and everything. That's God. That's like saying that God knows us before we were born. He knew us. He knew everything about us before we were born. So that's like a new thing for me with marriage, because you think about it with even with your children, women that have given birth, that you kind of you love your child even before the child was born, but in this case, this seems to me that this is like total God, Jesus in reality, with the marriage thing as well. 5 years. 5 years. Okay. Next person, please. Do you want me to hold it?
Well, like we've already said, Pastor Sunday obviously is one of a kind. One thing that I really, really love about my best mentor is his relationship with God. So really and truly, I'm not surprised about the events that unfolded towards his marriage. I'm not surprised, because it all starts from his relationship with Daddy God, and just hearing it even encourages me to seek him more, to know him more. And even though we're talking about the wedding dress, really, essentially, what we're talking about is our personal relationship with God, because that's where everything started from. And so my encouragement to us all is that we seek to know him holistically. I remember one of the teachings that Dr. Sunday did on the art of analytical thinking. He said we should study the behavior patterns of God. We should study his behavior patterns. So that is my encouragement. There's nothing that matters more than knowing him and having a personal relationship with him, and having that friendship with him. There's nothing supersedes that than to walk with him hand by hand, to hear his voice. I know we're all on a journey learning how to hear his voice, and he speaks to all of us differently because we are all unique children of his. And so as we walk with him, we learn more and more how he relates to us. So to me, this is all about Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is sure.
Yes, actually, the part 2 of the testimony was just really incredible, and especially looking at this issue on the spiritual side. We sort of attacked it, first of all, on the physical side, but there's the spiritual aspect too that is very, very important. And I think that's where our statement came in when we said, well, we want to know the reason why. I want to hear the story. Why did you get the dress, before you ever met me? What, how did this come about? And I think in many issues in our lives too, sometimes we should just learn to know that there might be a point of view, there might be a spiritual part of why things happened the way they did, and to inquire of it. Sometimes we get pushed off with something that just sounds so stereotypical, or annoying, like, what? A guy bought your dress before he even knew you? Sometimes that just, disorganizes us, that we don't get to receive the deep blessing like we're getting right now. And the correction telling us that we should always remember that we're not just physical human beings, we're also spiritual human beings, and our Father is spirit, And so therefore he does his things. Sometimes we may not understand. But it's nice to know that if we take away our feelings and all of that and inquire about how did this come about and why is it like this, we'll benefit better from the situation. So, but it's a beautiful testimony, really, one I've never heard before. Thank you for sharing, Pastor Sunday. Thank you.
Carol Weiss. What's your take on this?
Well, I think first of all, I have to say that when I was answering the question before, I was not answering what would I do if a guy like Pastor Sunday said. That's not what I was. That's not what I was saying. I thought the question was, what would I do if a man? Because one thing I do know is that there's not a man like Pastor Sunday. So if any other man were to do this, I would not be waiting to ask questions. I would not be waiting to figure out his spiritual, because I already know that he's not putting in half the work that Pastor Sunday put in to do that. So if it's just any man, I still stand by my answer. But I do. Because that wasn't the question. The question was, what would you do if a guy like Pastor Sunday came to you and, okay. But, the thing I would still say that don't just assume that a guy's going to show up to you now tomorrow with a dress and you're going to say, oh, just like Pastor Sunday. No, because there's not a Pastor Sunday just sitting out there, waiting for you with a dress somewhere. So that's my answer.
Hello. Pastor, I heard your story and before and now, and I just wonder how a person in your age, in that time, I think you was 20 when you decide that you how you will have your attitude to your wife, future wife.
5 years before, I was 22.
20.
No, that was not 5 years before. That was probably 3 years before. So I was 24.
24. So, and my question is, because today many young men in 24,
That's what Caroline was saying.
Yeah, they
don't
their
think about it.
Yes, they don't think about these things. And my questions to you is, how you, in your 24 years old, take a decision about your future wife, how you will behave to you, how you will call her princess. What make you to take this decision? So maybe this will help to young men that will watch this video, just to help them to go in the right directions. Because today, if as I can see, the girls, they don't believe, and and they have something in their heads. So just
Is it because I said I was going to call her a princess?
yes, that you will call her princess, that you will not dominate like man on woman. So and you will have attitude to your future wife like to princess real, not just words. And you said you took decision. So how you come in your 24 years and took this decision and keep this decision until now?
Okay. Maybe now I'm hearing you people, and I start to think that I thought before now, not just before today, but before now, when I started talking with people and growing up, I used to think that I'm just normal. I'm just like everybody else. And that everybody is like this. So for me, there is nothing special. Why I decided to treat the woman I will marry 5 years before, or for 3 years before I marry her, as a princess. Because before then, I was in the university. And in the university, I was meeting a lot of girls, not my girlfriends, but they were having boyfriends. But they were always coming to me, not to be my boyfriend or girlfriend, no, just coming to me to help them, to resolve their problems, to give them advice. And they were always feeling protection with me. But their boyfriends, they fight, but then they fight, they come to me. So I just see that. But I used to think before, when I just came from Africa as a young man, but there is a bad part, but I don't think I should say it. But I was just saying, somebody else is enjoying, you are enjoying yourself with somebody else, and then coming to me with all the problems, selfish. selfish kind of thought. But I used to think like that. But why? But then it's not one person, it's not two people, all of them. They say, so why are you dating him? Why do you date the boys you are dating, and then you come to me for help and for caring and for all that? So, but then I discovered that they didn't love me, but they like what they have with me. So I discovered that, okay, so all these girls, they are the same. They have their husbands or their whatever, boyfriends, but they still need something more than boyfriend. Because I, at that time, used to think that boyfriend is just sex and that, but I never knew that the nature of girls. I never knew that the ladies actually need more than sex. They don't need sex, because men only think about sex. But I didn't know. I was thinking, what do they want from me? Why are they here? But they were not having sex with me, but they were getting, I didn't know they were getting something, but I knew they were treating me nice, and they were always happy with me and always all the help. So I discovered that the fact that I was helping them to do little things, carrying their bags and helping them, giving them a hand, or because I saw people doing that around. So I did that. So I thought everybody's just like me, who learn from observation. So I just learned from observation. So this time when all these girls were coming to me and, just being nice with me and saying, good things about me, always around me, like I'm their father. So, now I got it. So all these girls, they don't have sex with me. They don't even want sex with me. But they want to be treated the way I treat them. They want to be treated like princess. They want to be treated like special. They want to be treated with care. They want to be treated with protection. They want to be treated. I'm just observing, because it's not one, not two, not three. So they could have boyfriend, girlfriend, but they still need. So this is superior to sex. This is superior to husband. This is superior to. So I just got it, that every woman needs more of this care, protection, covering, special treatment, make her special, than she needs husband or family or what. So I got it. So that helped me to know, okay. So all these ladies now, they are coming to me because those boys can't give them those things. So that to me brought me to a place of decision. Aha. When I'm going to have any girl, I am going to give her this first. Because they had every other thing, but they were still coming to me for this. So if I will have a girl, I will give her this first. So I just learned from observation. So that's one. Then later on, I started to read books. And not even before then, I was reading books. But later on, it came to me that in most of the books, they are always talking about girls as a princess or as a Cinderella. And Cinderella, in my mind, is like a princess. Like somebody special. In those stories, all stories, they always talk like a girl, about a woman and a small girl, as if she's waiting for somebody to treat her special. So to me, I don't need to be told. I see clearly. That comes to my mind and say, okay, it means that if a girl wants to marry, that's the only reason to marry, first of all, for her. She must be treated as a princess. So I got the message. I'm just thinking. I observe and I come to conclusion. You understand? Yeah. So all these things helped me. So I knew that, okay. Then one time I met a couple from America. They were maybe 70 years, 60 years, 70 years, something like that. Maybe 60, 65. And that was the first time I met Americans, and I saw that they were calling each other honey, honey. I didn't like the word honey. So I was thinking, oh, I like the fact that they call themselves very pleasantly like that. But honey is something you want to eat. You know, I don't want honey. I don't want honey. Huh? Consume. It's something you want to consume. And then they call each other honey. Then why is the same? It cannot be the same. You are honey and I'm honey, so we're the same. You know, it should be, you must make the lady different from you. You must treat the woman totally different from me. I am the rough one. I'm the man. I'm the hooligan. I'm the fighter. But she must be somebody more. So I just, that idea of princess kept on coming back to me. That's the only thing I can say. Then, I was a Christian this time, and I read a scripture in the Bible in 1 Peter chapter 3. It says, treat your wife as a co-heir of the kingdom of God. That is, as co-heir. That means as princess, as like a co-prince. So that is princess. So to me, everything is just princess. I see it as the only way, the only right way to treat a woman. Because that's what is everywhere for me. If you read the books, if you read everything is like that. So, but to call us the same, it shouldn't be the same because I'm the one to be protecting her. I'm the one to make her feel special. So if she's calling me the same, it means I'm just as special as her. No, she must be more special. I don't know if I understand or I answer your question. So I learn from observation. What I observe, I reach conclusion. What I observe, I reach conclusion.
Yeah, now, Pastor, when you answer the question, I think maybe we miss this quality, like for learning and observation. Yeah. So our standards, it's very low, and maybe we don't know how to think and learn from observation just. So maybe our way of thinking and way of learning is in so low quality that our life is very low quality in family, in relationships, anywhere. So, and I remember your subject that you do now every Saturday about thinking. So it's very important. Yeah, it's really true, Pastor. Because of our low quality of thinking, to learn from observation, to think critically, we don't have critical thinking. So it's a big problem then in our life we have and we create. So it's not, and I think it's not right that we ask God, why my life is not so happy, I have so many problems. And
yeah, that is so true, because I didn't see anybody call their wife princess until I began to do it. Now my disciples doing it, but people don't do that, right? No. But it looks so obvious to me. It's as if the only option available.
I think mostly people observe the examples of their parents, other people's, or their parents, and they observe and they took only this as a standard, yes.
But I think before I take decision like that, I want to criticize my thought. I want to think properly before I take a decision.
Because you've got a genius mind, you've got a different mindset, Pastor Sunday. You have you're one of a kind, and the culture that we live in doesn't allow men to, if I can put it that way, to lower themselves to raise a woman up. The culture is such that it subdues the woman. So even a husband may want to call you that, but because of the culture around them, and even the friends will ridicule them for making the wife feel special. It won't allow them to do that. But you have a different mindset. You're a genius, so, and you stand all by yourself. That's why you do what you do. But the typical normal man will not, they may want to do it, but culture will not allow them to do it. It takes a strong man actually to stand up and do the opposite. It really takes a strong man to do that. So, yeah.
So you heard the explanation. Where did I get that treatment of praise from? Now we need to hear your comments.
Mine. I agree with what Anastasia said, because even on the women's side, you would not, find women who would be happy to be called princesses just because their independence is so important. It's more important to them, and they don't have the understanding of this concept of being treated as a princess, being a sign of honor, of honoring the woman and not of putting her down or looking at her as someone who can't take care of herself. And I think that's one of the problems too. Especially, I can speak from my experience growing up in Germany. This is where you will have actually the opposite, the woman really showing that she's capable of being her own self, even though she's married or in a relationship. And you would not see them being treated as this princess and very, pure, kind of honorable human being. And men rather shy away. They shy away of, praising the women and being this protector and provider and the one who covers the woman. And so it's rather a reverse, I would say, in the world that I come from. So that's why it's not normal. And I agree that Pastor Sunday is just very different. And he has, the gift of really investigating his mind and trying to understand what's happening inside here just before just acting on base what everybody else does. So yeah, that's what I can say. Yeah. Do you want to read the comments, maybe? Yeah, we are all just overwhelmed because it's just so, it's just uncommon. It's uncommon. You don't hear stuff like that. Even if you come from church, you don't see that. You don't see pastors treating their wives like that. You don't see that. So, yeah.
It's almost as if the opposite is accepted. The opposite is accepted. Yeah, that's it.
Shall I read the comments? Yeah. Okay, I'll start from. Okay, so Emma Wasfi says, please don't say it's not normal. It may not be in your circle of Nigerian friends, but I see it here so much.
Who is saying that?
That's Emma Wasfi.
Okay.
Many great couples, men treating their women like treasure. Okay. Oriyomi says, Princess K for where? They want to please everyone except their wives.
Wow.
Christina Bonda says, only true men can actually call their wives princess. It's normal and naturally to a real man. It's like built in your DNA. And of course, because a man has a mind, he thinks. He's serious about himself, about the understanding of life. He understands the human value. Queen Elizabeth, okay. Carolina Fessa says, I'm sorry, doctor, but I don't believe that women are more special than men. This breeds a sense of entitlement and ends up raising women who always play the victim card and succumb to laziness and fragility. Both sexes are special. Yes, men and women have their separate roles to play, but even as a woman, I should be able to protect my man when need be. I am not enjoying this anymore. I hope one of the ladies sitting there can speak up because they don't seem to see things differently. Do you want to
That's
comment?
what you just said.
Yeah, I actually did that. I did address that. I said that the women are not, they don't see this as something positive because they feel like they're being subdued or they're being controlled or they're being reigned over But that's not the intention. That's not what Pastor Sunday is saying. He's saying that this is an act of honoring the woman and, lifting her up. And especially, in the Western world, we see this as being minimized as a woman and not being appreciated for, our strength or the fact that we are independent or can take care of ourselves. But that's not what he's actually countering. So I hope that's more clearer, Carolina.
Yeah, if you want, I could talk more about that.
Yeah, please.
So this person is saying she doesn't think women are special, or she believes that women and men are special. So she doesn't think that women are more special than men. That she doesn't think women are more special, right? And that everybody is special. We're all the same. Okay, so she's not enjoying this anymore because of that. And she's ready to go. And because she said she is ready to take care of her husband.
Protect her husband.
Protect him when he needs.
Okay, so lady, Carolina. Now, Carolina, I have few questions for you. If you feel that the men and women are the same, that you are just as a man, is just as special as you, then have you ever asked yourself the question, why is it that it is the men who are chasing the woman?
Maybe she's chasing the men.
Why is it that it is men who chase women in normal life, in real life? Have you ever thought about that? That's one question for you to answer. Second question for you to answer. Why do you think that the attractive one of the sexes that everybody is even displaying and abusing, removing the clothes, nakedness showing, why is it that the attractive sex, the selling sex, is the woman, not the man? Third question, why do you think that men, the centrality of their life, why is it that men are normally the ones who have to win the woman over? If I need to win her over, it means I've got to do something to let her know she's special before she could agree that I'm the one that deserves her acceptance. And yes, if a man does not convince the woman that she is special, if I don't convince you that you are special, I don't know if you have a man, if you ever had a man before. Do you just follow any man that goes down the street? Or you follow the man that convinces you that you are unique? Or you just follow the man that comes around that doesn't even tell you anything, that doesn't even tries to convince you of your uniqueness or your specialness? The only reason why women agree to follow or marry any man is because the man does everything to make her know that she's special. So, but if from your own logic, I'm not special, I'm no more special than any man. So the man that marries you should be treating you the same way as he's treating every other woman, and then treating you the same as he is treating every other of his friends. So why should he treat you special if you are not special? Then next point, that next question that you need to answer is, can you ever explain to me why women wear makeup? So that they will not be different from the men, right? So that they will just be the same and be treated the same, isn't it? Why is it that the women wear good hairstyle, good hair? Why is it that they have smoother skin? Why is it that they have, sweeter voice? Why is it that they're the attraction of the world? Just because they're not different, right? Because they're just the same, right? You know, the theory of feminism that this person or whoever is buying to doesn't sell. And it doesn't make logical sense. So if you are saying that a man shouldn't treat the wife any special, so who are they? Are they co-laborers or co-carpenters or co-bricklayers or co-wood fallers, wood cutters? You know, so they're just bone to bone. Then if they are not different, let the man go and marry another man. They even feel much more equal there. If you know, then it's better for the woman to go and marry another woman, since nobody is different from the other. The only reason why I don't marry a man like me is because the woman is the same. I mean, the man is the same like me. I want to marry someone who is different from me. And if the man is different, that doesn't mean, so if the man is different, right? So if the man is not different from you, then why don't you be the one to be giving hand to your husband when he's coming out of the car? Why is he not the one? Why are you not the one to be opening the door for him? Maybe you are the one to be giving him the coat to wear. Because he's not different and he's not special, right? I am sorry, Carolina. If you want to sign out, you are highly welcome to sign out now. Yeah. If you don't get it after this explanation, yeah, safe journey. Good luck to you.
Yeah. Should I read some of the comments just because it's very suitable right now?
Yeah, has anyone got anything to say about what Carolina said as a woman?
Yeah,
because we have a lot of women here as well.
Yeah, we have.
And I have a problem with that kind of comment. Is like, it's women that always have something to say, even well, it's women that always have objection. Why is that? Why everybody like to be pampered? Why is it that, especially women, why is it that somebody have that mindset that, oh, I want to be equal, a sense of entitlement? It's not a sense of entitlement, you know? So I don't really know where that is coming from. I understand if... No, I don't even think that's feminism because...
We're equal when he said, don't treat me straight, don't make me feel... That's what you were saying, that's feminism.
Well, it's sad, really. You know, everybody likes to be respected. Even nowadays, men want to be pampered as well because they see the benefit in it. So you're fighting for...
That's what you say.
Yeah.
That pampered the man and the woman.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying that as a woman, you shouldn't even be saying... You shouldn't be objecting to you being pampered. It sounds wrong mentally. You know, everybody wants to be pampered. I can understand if you say, you know, it would be nice if we pamper men as well every now and then, but to say equal or, you know, I don't know, otherwise, I just feel like there's something wrong somewhere. You know, everybody, especially women, they like to be pampered. Everything about us screams for pampering. So I don't know how, you know, you would object and probably start thinking in the sense that men equally should be pampered. And also, I also know that when men are pampered in the way that women like to be pampered, they don't like it. The real men don't like it. So the men that you're going to meet or the man you're going to meet that wants equal pampering as you as well is questionable. So I just thought...
Also, it's not about equal rights because she's adding, I think, Emma's adding that women and men are different, Pastor. God clearly made men and women different, but truly it's equal rights. We here in Australia have equal rights here. I believe men need to be treated with great respect. Men and women are treasures from God. Men need to be pampered. I have also treated men like kings. Yes. But it's not about equal rights. This is not about, you know, what you're legally allowed to do or not allowed to do, or, you know, if you're more valuable or not. It's just about being different and acknowledging the fact that you are different from a man and that you need a different kind of treatment. Not that it's unfair, but that it is suitable to your nature. you know. So, maybe I should read more comments here.
Right.
You nailed it, DSA. I respect you even more.
Who's that?
That's Olayinka Sheun Adeyemo.
Okay.
Elizabeth Ali says, I agree completely with DSA. Yanu says, I hate that equality thing with passion. Feminism for me has a different meaning than equality. Elizabeth Ali says, you're right, Mayowa. We need to be pampered. Omonika says, women should be treated nicely and pampered. Elizabeth Ali says, real men don't like to be pampered.
Yep.
Ianu says, men have their needs, women have their needs. One of those for women is to be treated specially. Monica says, I don't really believe this being said by a lady. I want to be treated nicely. Oh.
Trying to say.
Elizabeth Ali says, some ladies are chasing men just to marry. Ezima says, true talk. Gregory, okay. Yanu says, great explanation, DSA. Elizabeth Ali says, Elizabeth, is special. Daddy God, first daughter, queen of the Most High. Yanu says, no, don't treat me the same, oh.
I don't want to be treated the same.
Yeah, and Emma was adding, while you were speaking, she was saying, women too, Pastor. Women treat their men specially. Also, Pastor Sunday.
Yeah, you know, another point I have for that girl, that lady, Carolina, is that...
It's Emma, though. Emma and Carolina.
Yeah,
I think
and Carolina, they have the same. Okay. What I think is that, why is it, if you say men and women should be treated the same, why is it then that a man doesn't want to be to be treated exactly, you know, the love is not shown to the man the same way it's shown to the woman. The greatest desire of a man, so you girls, you are women there, and you think we are the same, and I will tell you, any man will tell you this. I don't want to be, when you feel bad as a woman, you want to be cuddled. Mm-hmm. You want to be pitied, to be, to be,
embraced.
Yeah, to be embraced, to be touched, to be caressed, to be, to be, yeah. But men, if you begin to do that to a man, they will think you are a sissy. They will just think you are homosexual, because it is not normal for a man. It's not because of theory, and it's not because of the tradition. It's because it's not normal for me. If I'm feeling bad, don't come and be touching me at that time. Please, don't just come there. If you come there, you are in trouble. If you come, if you come there, then don't touch me. Don't begin to cuddle me and, try to, make me feel, caress me and things like that. That is not the time for the man. But for the woman, that's what the woman needs. Woman needs to be pitied sometimes. Woman needs to be shown apathy, something, but not the man. The man wants to be strong. Why? Because the greatest desire of the woman is to be loved, is to be cared for, is to be caressed, is to be, pampered, is to be, to be treated in a very special and kind way, and in a very fragile way. But the men are the opposite. We are strong. We want to be, giving respect. We want to be giving honor. We want to be giving, something like, like that. That's how we experience love. We experience love when you respect and honor. But women experience love when they are cuddled and, taken care of. So if you are the same, why is it that it's not the same kind of reaction we have to life? Why is it that you, woman, as a woman, you demand that your husband or a man tell you they love you? A man doesn't demand that tell me all the time that you love me. Mm-hmm. But a woman needs to hear that she is loved. But, she wants to be loved, but I want to be respected. You see, that's the difference.
Yeah. More comments. Elizabeth Ali says, give him respect. Justine Manuel says, Carolina's view is a typically German way of thinking. Women here think